Hi ladies, welcome back, and today we're talking about step number 5 inside the recipe, how to easily receive what it is that you want. Please keep in mind that each one of these steps inside the larger recipe can be practiced and approached as if they were their own recipe. So step number 1, yes, it is inside the larger recipe how to easily receive what you want, but it can also be practiced as its own separate recipe. Okay, so keep that in mind and take your time with it. If you want to take a couple days or if you want to take a week to practice with one step at a time and feel like you have a little more mastery over it before you move to the next step, that's totally fine. It's okay. It's great. Okay, so just slow down. So step number 5 in how to easily receive what you want is the mantra, is the intention. I trust that everything I need is and will be provided for by the universe. I trust that everything I need is and will be provided for by the universe. So what is trust? This deserves to just be addressed a little bit in the beginning. So what is trust? Trust is ultimately the knowing that everything is in life, everything is and will unfold for my and for the world's highest good. Now, I think that's really difficult for most of us at first to establish that kind of trust, to just have it, because it's not what we're taught. What we're taught in the world is to trust in willpower, to trust in our willpower, to trust in our massive to-do list, to trust in our checklist, to trust in our ability to make what we want happen. That is really what we're taught. And we're not taught to have more faith, to co-create with the universe. And so it can initially be difficult to step right into fully trusting that, in fact, everything you need is and will be provided for by the universe. So therefore, for the thinking mind and for the ego, it can seem too hard. It can seem too big. It can seem too challenging to take on. Like, well, okay, where do I even begin trusting, knowing that the universe is and will provide everything that I want? And so at that point, I'd like to reference an earlier step in this recipe, which is to relax, which is to slow down. How can you begin trusting that the universe is and will provide everything for you? Just start with a breath. Just start with a breath. Start with one breath. And if you're still kind of panicking and you're unsure, just take another breath. Breath is the perfect, is the ideal, is a totally appropriate first step in practicing how to relax and how to slow down. And it's essential that we relax and we slow down a bit in order to be available to receive the guidance and the support and the direction that the universe is always sending to us. And when we become available and open and receptive to the direction and the guidance that the universe is always sending us, then we naturally build trust that, oh, the universe is right there. Oh, life is helping me out again. Oh, the universe is right there, and it's right there, and it's right there, and it's right there. But we can't see that when we are so focused on and in a fog of our to-do lists. Now, this doesn't mean, again, don't have a to-do list. You can have a managed to-do list, a mitigated to-do list, but we want to leave space. We want to leave some gaps in our to-do list, and we want to leave some space and some gaps in our mind, right? In our mind, so that we can see, we can receive the guidance that the universe is sending us, right? Which will therefore build, encourage our ability to trust that yes, the universe is in fact, right, and will provide everything that we need. Please keep in mind that you don't need, it's not required that you shift into full and complete trust in the universe immediately. I don't know that that is necessarily possible. Maybe. I'm happy to be wrong about that. But my experience, my personal experience, being a woman that has been very married to her to-do list and very reliant on action, me taking personal action as the most and highest necessary step to receiving what it is that I want, to getting what I want, I know that having that level of faith and trust certainly did not come easy to me at first. What I trusted in was my to-do list. What I trusted in was my plan. So I needed time to build trust, and maybe you do too. And that's okay. Just remember that we don't have to shift our belief system or our thoughts 180 degrees at once. There's no requirement from Spirit that we do that in order to begin receiving results, right? Begin receiving guidance and support. So know and believe that you can just practice shifting 1 degree at a time. And every degree that you shift, every baby step that you take is making a difference. It is progress. Think about childlike steps. Maybe you have a child in your life. I certainly do. He's 3 years old. And if you look at a child, their steps, so to speak, towards progression in life are kind of like baby steps. But you'll notice, if you pay attention, that even baby steps add up, right? And baby steps add up to massive progress. So allow yourself, practice establishing, nurturing, practicing, building your trust 1 degree at a time. And just know that that's absolutely okay and fine and great. So again, the 5th step for today is the mantra, is the intention. Yes, right? Yes, I trust that everything I need is and will be provided for by universe. I hope this is helpful to you. I hope this recipe in whole has been helpful to you. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions, thoughts, or feelings that you have. And I'm eternally grateful that you are here and allowing me to practice work that I love. Mwah.